Hard pause. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, welcome to the Hard Pause Podcast with me, my brother Quarterwater, my brother Russ. Please get your popcorn, set yourself up for a nice little. We usually try to aim for a 2 hour journey. We got a bunch of today's topics to talk about. We got a lot of interesting topics floating around. Uh, hold up. The music you're hearing is Mark Matthew, our cousin, and we'll also be playing some excerpts of our other cousin, Mr. Sean Silver. But their links will be in the description. Please go ahead and visit their Spotify and give my brother some spins. On that note, let's roll into the what do they call it? The dirt. The first one. The first
whatever you want to call it.
The first topic we're going to talk about is the alleged infidelities of Mr. Steve Harvey's significant other. I read an article. Well, you guys didn't know more about it. What do you want to take it from here?
I'll take it. Well, this is supposedly she's cheating with the bodyguard / chef. I guess his name is Big Boom or something like that. Some big corn-fed country, like big. He a big nigga, like. But this the crazy part. This the word on the internet streets. They saying that the bodyguard dude is the one that introduced Steve Harvey to this shit. So he could have been smashing her from the beginning.
Time.
It might have been a play on Steve Bread.
Wow.
Being a goofball, like using goofy, like she smells soup all over you. Like. And you already know she more hip than him because she was dealing with street niggas. Like these niggas getting money, so she already whatever little money he think he got the life. She been had the lifestyle. That's why if you notice, right, when he started messing with her, she made him take off them big ass country suits. Yep. She started dressing them.
Oh, well, I mean, her sense of taste was way better than them big old country suits, though.
Because he really did. It's another rumor saying that when he first got with her, he tried to get her, and she told him his bread wasn't long enough, so he went back and had to get right and then go double back, right?
Allegedly.
All this is internet street rumors.
You trying to tell me she's a bed down kingmaker? She makes motherfuckers get their shit in order? I mean, he was already coming to the bread anyway. He had an avenue and he was working towards it.
Nah, I ain't even going front. I think she helped him get to the bread too. His image. Them big ass, stupid ass pimp suits he used to wear. She like, man, you got to change that up. Like,
yeah, you know.
Then he started catering to like single middle-aged women, telling that type of shit, lying to him. This nigga is going on his third or fourth divorce. Like, what's going on with you? Like, you can't get no advice to nobody.
I actually had a on my toxic TikTok page before we had this conversation, and one was telling me I should look up to Steve Harvey. And I remember saying that, like, why the fuck am I look up to somebody who's been divorced 3 or 4 times already? There's nothing he could do to tell me to help me be successful in a future relationship if he failed 3 times.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not listening to that shit.
I would never want to be Steve Harvey because no matter how much money he got, if he don't got a certain kind of woman, he's gonna be miserable anyway.
Facts.
You could tell he like one of them lonely dudes that gotta have a woman.
There's someone who even said there's 2 types of men. There's a type of men that aim for greatness and can achieve it no matter what. And if they get a woman in their life, it just makes their life way easier, and a woman gives you peace. And there's some men that would be nothing without a woman's guidance. They need to be guided. They need to have that person
Steve
there.
Harvey.
Yeah.
That's Steve Harvey all day long. He's a bozo.
What's crazy about this is he about to be the poster child of single men taking in. See, you said it. I was leading there, but like being a simp, like taking in a single mother, adopting the kids, and doing all this stuff, and you had no control over the daughter. So all the stuff that you sit up there telling your audience and social media how to do, your daughter moving differently.
That's on every actor, rapper. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah, she throwing that thing out there, man. At least she getting a lot of practice. She probably real good at it.
Who knows? Who cares? Because in the minute when it's all said and done, we all know how this story goes. And then the mother and the daughter gonna be crying how the industry did them dirty and this and that. But really, they both, neither one of them got no talent. What does Lori Harvey do? What does she do?
Look cute. Bang rich guys.
Mama like daughter. She don't do nothing. What does she do? Like maybe she like a regular job or something, but I doubt it. Cause Steve Harvey's so much of a bozo. He probably told her he'll always take care of her. She don't never gotta do that. He a bozo. If anybody listen to that nigga, never listen. If you hear Steve Harvey say something, do the opposite. That nigga's a bozo.
But you know what is funny too is like if she had the mindset, the skill set, she could have made her own money. Pretty girls like her could start going into fashion, could start designing clothes. I don't know if she's doing any of this.
Yeah, but that should take talent. You can't just do it if you ain't got no talent.
That's true.
You can't just make motherfuckers have talent. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what this girl do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying she don't got talent, but I don't know. Like,
yeah.
We all this stuff we speaking about is speculation. We three niggas on camera just talking. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you don't know. Like, and just like it's another rumor that the mama, the two exes previous to her were cousins, and both of them was drug dealers.
Yeah,
we don't know if that's true neither, because that's just a rumor too. But we don't know. But just the fact that all these rumors around your wife is crazy, and it's a grown old lady too. This ain't no young lady.
She still look good though, man.
She do, but if you don't do nothing, I'll look good too. If I sleep all day and spend up other niggas' money, I'll look good too. I don't work or nothing, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
I guess she getting good rest. Spending up Steve. Now they saying, now the rumor with the bodyguard chef dude, right? They saying she want a divorce, and you know I think they got married in LA, so she gonna get half his bread. That's why I say that whole man.
But that's like triple digits.
Yeah, triple digits. And it's another rumor saying that the bodyguard dude was the one that introduced Steve to this lady.
The game is tight.
So now use your diabolical brain. Was this all a play? If this is true, we speaking if this is true. Was that a play on his bread? She don't got no baby by that nigga.
That's true. Shoot. When you was talking about the Steve Harvey advice for relationships, there was a recent video that went viral with Mia Khalifa talking like she's a boss bitch because she blew through a bunch of marriages. Talking about we don't need these guys. And she was married to be young. She's been married like 4 times.
That girl is retarded. This what I'm saying. This what I'm saying about these chicks. When they get on the internet, say all this crazy shit, right? And then later, when they come to their senses, want you to feel sorry for them and come rescue them. Like, which one is it? Like, you don't need niggas, or you want niggas to save you?
No, that's the game.
Mm-hmm.
The game is the public image, and so if they can make it look like the world is against them, a simp motherfucker, he gonna listen to okay, the world against you. I got you. I could do this. I could do that for you. Meanwhile, she just milking this shit until she get into a better situation.
That's a fact. But what happens when them better situations run out?
They never run out because it's always
gonna be a simp. Do. Nah, them shits run out. Nah, look at Steve Harvey. I'm gonna show you where they run out. Go watch Steve Harvey show and look at his audience. Look in that audience. That's the ran out. Done ran out. When you like 50, 60, your shit done ran out. You ain't getting the same amount of options you used to have.
But see, he's still gonna be a public name to the point where his bread gonna be long enough he gonna get a younger one.
Oh, Steve Harvey straight.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey straight. Steve Harvey because he a simp. So he good. He got money.
Let's get one.
Steve Harvey ain't Steve. Let's not get this twisted. We just talking shit. Steve Harvey straight. He ain't. That nigga's gonna buy another bitch. So. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he'll
Harvey gonna be all right. Like, you feel I'm saying? He bounced back, write another book about getting divorced and start pimping these old women, these middle-aged women again. Because that's what he doing. He pimping.
You're
selling them a dream.
For real. LaShawn said facts.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, my nigga.
I got fat fingers. I be clicking it too quick. I'm gonna leave it alone. I let Terrell click those.
I didn't even see that shit for real.
She just said facts. So welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for joining us, Mr. LaShawn. Yeah. Hey, just chilling here with these fine gentlemen. It's a what do you call it? It's a blessed situation to get to hang with, the bros on a Sunday, a fine Sunday evening, and discuss like-minded and stuff that we don't agree, because we don't agree on everything together, but we always have a good time talking. So
yeah, we disagree peacefully. It ain't no
there you go. This is respectfully disagree.
Right.
Because I done had shit I felt a certain way, and y'all motherfuckers changed my mind. And I was like, okay, I could see why they think like that. Actually, they're right.
That's true too, but shit. The crazy thing is, I don't think she's silly. She's smart. She picked the right simp. We're gonna see how he played. If this is true, we're gonna see how he played this though. I want to see how he maneuvers out of this. Like,
well, he already had one of his. I forgot. I saw an article earlier. One of his homies that obviously is one of his friends let him make a statement and put it out on the internet that it wasn't true, and none of the rumors were true. Steve Harvey, and it came from Steve Harvey's mouth himself. He's like, yeah, ain't nobody gonna be wanting to run into the public and say, yeah, my girl was smashing a freaking bodybuilder on me.
And then on top of that, and then you're gonna have your homie do it just in case if it is true. You can say, man, I ain't tell that nigga to say that shit.
well, he actually took a statement from Steve and put it out there that it wasn't true.
Is it Steve's statement or is it his?
Steve made the statement that it wasn't true. Yeah.
Why Steve ain't say it then? Well, say I ain't say that. He gonna say I ain't say that shit.
This is true. Some people, or like, what's his name? He recently had a publicist do a tweet. What's your most unfunny comedian? And then he had to come out and say that wasn't him because he's not out here to ridicule other people.
He a bozo. That's what I'm saying. This is the thing with Steve Harvey. He never stand on nothing. He like, as soon as he get backlash, he'll run and go. He never stands on nothing. He's a bozo. The bozo. Nigga, if comedians ain't funny, they just ain't funny. Fuck you apologizing for it.
And every time, like, well, everyone's not gonna find every version of comedy funny. Like, there's a lot of shit we'll laugh hysterically to, and other people will be offended.
Nah, some of these people that just ain't funny. When they do stand up, they be getting booed. Like, Jess Hilarious ain't funny.
Nah,
she's not funny. And I think she knows she ain't funny. That's why she started taking off her clothes.
I'm looking her up because it's not ringing a bell.
Said no sound.
Say again.
The comment said no sound.
Oh, they're not. Oh shit. I mean, you're not hearing us? I don't know what we did. I can hear you guys just fine. Hold on, let me check up on the Facebook stream.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna check to see if
oh, it's back. Oh, it blanked out for her for a sec.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've seen her around. To me, she kind of funny looking, bro.
Jess Hilarious?
Mm-hmm.
She cool.
She cool.
She cool. She got that Chihuahua look, like, like a dog is cute. She
cute, but I know in the beginning when she used to do like clips and shit on her Instagram, she was funny. But when she noticed that she started getting booed, I started noticing her showing her body off more. Like, now she do skits, half her ass out. Like, that's not funny.
Yeah,
you relying on other shit. Just like when I go on Twitch and I see them shit. Like today, I went on Twitch. The other day, I seen a chick with the paint.
Yeah.
Today, I go up there and it's a chick half naked, sleep on the bed, and people just watching her sleep.
They do that. There's girls that do.
Come on,
IRL stream. That's all they do is just sit on camera and let people watch it.
Come on,
they
dog.
sleep all night. They got a whole category on Twitch just sleeping. Okay, I'm gonna take that back. Just hilarious. My apologies. You are a nice looking woman. I don't want to call her a chihuahua.
Nah, I didn't. I she cute though.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? She look good. I ain't gonna say she.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
It was a bad picture. This picture was chihuahua-esque.
Yeah, you know, they got pictures of her looking crazy, but for the most part, when you see her on the internet, she's up to par. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or kids, and you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but to me, she started taking off her clothes too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And you know,
naked pictures, all that shit. Comedians don't do. When you see comedians doing shit like that,
usually no, not if they're funny. If they're funny, you don't see Samora dressed scandalous, but she not on there trying to put booty me. Samora is just Samora, and she's funny. She got her.
Some more just have her little cleavage out.
Yeah,
That's really what she did. She been like that, but you ain't gonna see some more half naked.
No.
You know what I'm saying, but most of them chicks, they got a little. They dress like women still, but they don't be like ass out, titties out, all that kind of shit.
And plus, Samora been around for a minute. She one of the legacy comedians.
A queen.
I haven't seen nothing from her.
There with the dudes like a lot. You know what I'm saying?
She could hold her own if you do a stand-up lineup, she could hold her own.
She'd kill a lot of them dudes for real.
Mm-hmm. So what did you guys watch that last Cat Williams stand-up on Netflix?
Nah, I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either. No.
All right, we'll bring that up. A lot of people was trying to say he dropped the ball with it. It wasn't his funniest work, but it's still Cat Williams. He's a talented brother.
He might be running out of shit to say. Like, people probably tired of that saying. You know what I'm saying?
And he talks about current topics. He's an observational comedian, so he always has shit to talk about. But it's just it just didn't have that oomph of Catpocalypse. That shit had me in tears.
I'm telling people might be tired of the style. Like, the style he got, like, might be just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the one thing with them animated type of styles. Like, eventually it gets like Chris Tucker and them. Like, eventually after a while, it's like.
But you see, like, some comedians evolve. Like Dave Chappelle, he was not like this at first, and now he's like, he just talks. He just talks. He's in his regular. He let that character shit go.
Yeah.
But Dave Chappelle's like one of the greatest comedians of our time. So
Dave Chappelle kind of got a cheat code too, because he grew up around white people.
So he could be funny on both realms.
He know, like he got a we love him, but he got a dry comedy like white people too. You know what I'm saying? How they he got kind of their comedy style and ours too. Like, he'll say some shit that we find funny and some shit white people find funny.
Like Earthquake, he had a Netflix special within the past few years, and Dave Chappelle produced it. Mm-hmm. And Earthquake was telling a story when he first met Dave. Dave, he didn't really know who he was, but Earthquake already owned a nightclub, and someone said, you need to bring this kid on. He said, the amount of money Dave Chappelle was commanding, Earthquake said, why am I going to pay that much money? He said, trust me.
All the white people.
He said Dave Chappelle came, and he said as soon as he opened his mouth on the stage, he knew his money was well spent. He said because he commanded the audience. And Dave Chappelle even said he still had nights where he bombed. He did it in one of his bits.
Everybody bombed. The only person I swear that say they never bombed is Carlos Miller. If you know who that is.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
From Wildin'
Out. He said he never bombed before. Like, but that nigga is funny as fuck to me.
He's hilarious.
He's hilarious, so I can see it, like him never bombing.
In his comedy,
he never ever bombed.
But his comedy is just him. He go on stage, he's just like he talking to you.
Yeah, I don't even think a lot of that shit. He don't be writing that shit. He just be saying shit. Get up there, smoke. Yeah, he probably got an outline of what he want to talk about, but he just be saying shit. Because I seen him do it on a podcast too, where they just be kicking it. He funny.
Mm-hmm.
He just be saying shit.
And that's one of the reasons, like when they tried to drop him, I guess it was the network that wanted to drop him off of Wildin' Out. And Nick went with it at first, but then Nick pushed back and bought him back and fought and bought him back.
That's how they started the podcast, when Nick Cannon kicked him off on Wildin' Out. He started it. That's when him and DC started. It was just him and DC at first.
Then they brought in our boy Chico Bean.
Nah, then they brought in Clayton English first, the tall light skinned nigga first, and then Then what's the name? Because I've been watching it from the beginning. Because first, this the crazy shit. In the beginning, they started off in Steve Harvey's studio.
Really?
Yep, is a studio Steve Harvey had in Atlanta. I guess it was in Atlanta. So they started in Steve Harvey's studio. And something must have happened with Steve Harvey. This the crazy thing, too. I respect them for never shitting on Steve Harvey, which they could have. But something happened where Steve Harvey, like, where they couldn't use the studio no more. And he didn't let them know what. And to this day, I don't think they still don't know what happened.
And
then they couldn't use it no more.
And then they wound up getting their own shit because I think where they're at now is their own shit.
Yeah, they end up getting their own shit. Mm-hmm.
But
they moved like 4 or 5 times after that until now they got their own spot. Shit.
Okay. See, that's what I forgot who I was talking to. Oh no, I was actually Russ. I was talking to him earlier, and I was telling him you've been a consumer of long form podcasts for a minute,
for years, at least like 8-9 years for real. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So
I started listening to Joe Budden podcast when it was I'll name this podcast later, and it was him, Rory, and this Puerto Rican chick named Madi. It was no video. It was all like audio. Yeah, it was no video. It's all audio. And Rosenberg was the producer from Hot 97 at first, like the first few episodes. Parks didn't come till way later. And all that mall parts, that was like 100 and something probably. Or closer to the 100.
These successful podcasts, they've been in the game for a minute. You was telling me that.
I told you most of the big YouTube channels, most of the big podcasts, these niggas been podcasting for years. Or they like rappers that don't count. Like, you got a cheat sheet if you're a rapper. You start a podcast.
Fan base.
You already got a fan base. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Joe, the only rapper I respect that started his podcast because he started it in the beginning.
When it wasn't popular.
Yeah.
Now everybody and their mama got a pod.
Right.
Pods is in abundance.
Nah, boy, if you see somebody get a 6-figure deal pod, shit, you're gonna try to start one too.
Yeah.
True that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And now there are podcast management companies you can sign up for where they'll produce your
so they can steal your money. There's no reason for
it. True that.
There's no reason for it. If you could build your the crazy shit is you don't gotta be that big. All you need is a small little audience and you straight.
Yeah.
And once they start stealing your money, you know what I'm saying? It might seem like a lot of money, but they taking a lot too.
And it's going to be difficult to get their hooks out of you unless you sign a short form contract like the musicians do. Like if they already got a fan base, they'll just sign a 1-song deal with a company or a 2-song deal just to get that company's popularity to push their content. But they're not trying to be like locked into no contract.
Yeah. Most of them companies just want to steal your want to own your shit.
Definitely.
They give me enough money, you can have it. It just gotta be enough. It can't be like no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Enough to take the headache. Well, the headache is always going to be there because you still got to grind and create the content. But if they can take some of the headache out and do all the promotion and push it on different platforms and pay for it. I didn't even know like ads. That shit's all tax deductible if you're earning some bread.
Hell yeah.
Pumping
business. Yeah. But see, the crazy shit with YouTube, YouTube got a thing where you can promote through YouTube too and just pay the promotion ad. They got that shit too. Like, I learned that from Kevin Samuels from watching him. He used to be doing that shit, like paying, like he used to be like, I'm gonna put about $10,000 worth of promotion in this video. He used to be doing that shit.
Yeah, he would just tell motherfuckers they're gonna do it.
Yeah, he used to just do that shit.
Shoot. Russ be unlocking the cheat code on internet shit all the time. He's the only person I know that built from the ground up on multiple situations. They make it look effortless, but he was just because he got the gift to get, and he also has knowledgeable. And on the come up, here's what I respect about him too is like he's self-employed. he's doing his own work, getting his own bread, and came from a spot where he was working a job, and he said, "Man, fuck this job."
That's dope. That's dope for real.
Looking back on it. Thank you for the flowers, bro. For real. Like looking back at it, I don't think I would have made that same decision again.
No.
Like, look, because think about this in hindsight. I just was so used to failing forward, because that's just was one of my mantras. Like, I didn't know what failure was unless I was failing forward.
Oh.
And sports taught me that, right? Because even if you lost, right, we could be down by 20 and a half, but we could lose the game by 6. But because the effort we had in the second half, it wasn't the effort the starters put in, but the effort we put in gave the team a chance. And that's all a man need is a chance. There's a sliver of hope, a sliver of understanding. You could create something off of that, right? So look, in hindsight, this is the situation. I quit my job 4.5 months before COVID, the pandemic.
That's crazy.
And looking back on it, I wasn't scared about it.
Right.
But would I make that same decision again? I don't know.
Right.
Because I'm thinking about it. But at that time, it was just like, bro, all these motherfuckers sick, and I had something good going at the time with the streaming site we came from. So I said, look, when I looked at the video I took after I left the Apple store and the picture, I seen the quality of that, and I'm like, man, I can let that job go. It's not worth it. It's not. The stress of going to work and them telling me I'm doing a good job, but I'm not. I'm selling, but I'm not selling. I'm getting commission, but I'm not getting enough. I'm like, I'm just tired of not being enough for a motherfucker who I'm building their dreams, but they ain't doing nothing to build mine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and social media is just another monster. I just understand how to navigate it because I've been a part of it so long.
Right.
Yeah. I still learn every day from y'all brothers. I be clueless, even though I've been messing with the internet stuff for quite some time. Yeah. We was the early cats having PCs back in the day.
You been on that shit forever. I ain't even gonna lie.
Bought my first personal PC. I think I was like 17, 18. I bought a PC.
You used to be on the internet from a long time ago, like surfing the web and shit like that.
Trying to get coochie.
Yeah.
I was me.
And then damn near in the 90s on the internet, searching for coochie.
I was in the 6th. I think I was in the 6th or 7th grade, and I was having a hard time typing. Like, it just didn't make sense to me that ASDF was next to each other, and I got to hold my fingers there. Like, it made no sense. So what I used to do is, back then, I used to just go to Yahoo chat rooms, and I would just talk shit. I would just talk shit to people, but I would type slow. Yeah. And then when I got good at that, I would have multiple chat sessions up on different websites. And then now I'm just going to town. Yahoo chat, this chat, that chat, to the point where I was able to successfully pass my test. But that was my way in. And then another reason I was introduced to it. I didn't have a computer at home, but if I go to my bro's house, they have one. I go to my cousin's house, they have one. So they into it. So now the fact that I don't have that, they give me the time of day to go to the computer. Now I'm like, oh, what's this?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? It just became a thing.
Yo, my grandpa, he was one of the early computers. He had this old computer called the Tandy 2000, and it had games on it, man. They ain't even had no real controllers. You had to use the keyboard, and I didn't like using the keyboard. I wish now, hindsight, I wish I would have just had enough drive to keep playing with that keyboard, because I wouldn't have had to learn later, because I'm a controller dude. Because as soon as controllers came out, I was on it.
Yeah. I need to learn. I think it ain't going to be that hard to learn the PC shit.
It won't. It won't.
See the mouse confused. Just do it like that.
I like the aiming and the movement of the mouse and keyboard better than a controller.
Yeah, they say it's more fluent. Like
it's more fluent. It makes more sense for you to point towards something than to just like push your fingers. And you can even see like in a computer, like if a controller person will be moving like this, the keyboard person will be like, what?
Yeah, quick. Yeah, quick.
You know? They say you running like a bot when you're playing on controller in some games. So
I need to learn. I'm gonna get one too. I gotta get one. I have to.
Yeah, you an Xbox dude or a PS?
Yeah, I be playing Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this PS5 to get the PS5 exclusive games, and I got a capture card, so I probably might stream some gaming. on Twitch, maybe, or maybe in Facebook gaming. I haven't done any streaming on Facebook. Okay, I keep it. Okay, this shit keep blanking. I'm sorry, I keep moving across the screen.
My first PC came last year. It was we're still in lockdown, and I'm a part of a friend group, another friend group who the only game they really play is Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I was playing Fortnite off my iPad and I was playing it off of my MacBook. So one day, it was just terrible. And then one of my bros in Discord was like, "You might as well just get a PS5." But at the time, PS5s, the $400 PS5 was going for $1,700.
Right, or you couldn't find it like the regular.
Or you couldn't find it. You couldn't find the regular price because they was backdooring it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't know. Somebody just told me like, what's the point of me paying that for a few extra bucks? A few hundred bucks, I can get a PC.
Yeah, might as well get the PC, right?
What's crazy is when I said that, right? Nobody in that party had it was 5 of us. None of us had a PC.
We were PS4s.
5 days later, all of us had PCs off that one conversation.
Yeah, because it make more sense to get the PC.
Yeah. And so this how crazy it was for me. Like I'm thinking that when people saying gaming PC, you can only use it for gaming. Shit.
Crazy.
When I set that up and I was like, wait, I could do everything and
you
game?
do anything, and game. Yeah.
That was a game changer for me because I wasn't exposed to it, right? But now, looking back, I wouldn't have made the decision I made because I went with Lenovo. It's still a great computer. It's just I would have did something a little bit better, just a little bit.
Yeah, they be motherfuckers building their own shit for real.
That's the thing I wanted to. At the time, it would have been. I would have, but there was one reason I didn't. It's because 2 parts that went in my PC, they were just charging stupid prices for. Like the graphics card that I have now, at the time was going for damn near $2,000. I'm not paying $2,000 for that one.
Right, you can get the whole PC and all that shit for that.
I paid about for my PC, my headset. I bought an expensive ass headset, a monitor. I think I paid close to in between 23 and 24.
Yeah, sound about right.
Yeah, that's what my first PC was about the time COVID hit. My first gaming PC. I mean, I had PCs, but then after a while, we moved from PCs to laptops. So I was on laptops for years.
Yeah, I'm on the laptop right now.
Yo, them laptops be fire, man.
Yeah,
it's the laptop camera.
The gaming laptop.
Yes, an MSI gaming laptop. Yeah,
them shit's expensive too, though. Like
it cost me. I got a good deal on it when I was in Atlanta. Because when I went out there, I went to go see my peeps, and then I needed to do some work, but I didn't feel like doing it on my phone. So I hopped on Best Buy, and I seen it was a $1,300 laptop going for like $900. So
damn.
I got it for a little bit more, but after taxes. But yeah,
so that's not bad though. That's not bad.
It's only one problem with it, and it's the RAM. When I play certain games, it frees up and shit. Other than that, like it's perfect. So if I could fix that issue, this would be a crazy investment.
You can't upgrade the RAM?
I can, but I'm gonna try to figure it out because, like I said, it's all new to me. But once I figure it out, just gotta unscrew this motherfucker, put the RAM in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought about if once, because I retire next year. Once I retire, and I'm gonna start ramping it up well before the retire. We already started. Like, I mean, the only reason we do the Sunday shows, this is Terrell's baby. So he set up the Sunday shows. I'm gonna start like hitting it hard, trying to put more content out, and we'll do some other shows and other spots. But I wanted to get a laptop, so if I do a travel to like Connecticut or someplace else, I'll at least have the ability to with the laptop. Now I got a MacBook Pro still that I'm not using, but I think this shit is outdated. I need to probably buy a new one if I'm gonna use it for that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I can't wait to like for next year to be by to actually.
Well, you know what month you retire?
I gotta pick it. I'm eligible next year.
Oh, what? Oh, what you mean you gotta pick it?
I gotta pick when I can retire. I'm eligible. I don't have to. I can stay on.
But you can.
But I can, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you pick your own date.
I'll pick it because I had to at least be 50 years old before I could punch it.
So you at least gotta wait till after your birthday then.
And somebody's saying I might not have to, but I'm waiting till after my birthday to get everything settled.
Yeah.
I probably
basically like the end of the year.
November, December.
Yeah.
Or even maybe January of the next year, because then I get to stack all that dough or leave. If I save it, I get cut that one big check.
Yeah, true. So that makes sense.
I said, we'll see, man. It's a long time coming. This is an exciting time. Hopefully I could we'll have the ducks in a row and I can actually put like just laser focus on whatever we're trying to do. You know?
You got it, man. You got it, man.
You know?
Because you've been waiting on this day. I remember like 10 years ago, you was like, man, I could retire in like 10 years. I remember that shit.
If I stayed with that first 20-year retirement, I'd have retired at 42 or 43.
That would have been crazy.
You're for real. For real. This is funny that the song that was just playing in the background was actually called Murray's. It's with Sean, but no, this next one's with Sean and Mark. But the Murrays, I love this song. That's one of my favorite Fatty songs. I just like the vibe of it.
Talking about the wave grease.
It's called Murray's. That's playing.
Yeah.
You're talking about the wave grease.
Yeah. My bad.
That came crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was a wave dude before I was a ball dude. Man. I used to be able to get them waves, man.
No, that can is a definition of a little bit go a long way.
Yeah, so all right. So what's the next topic you guys want to touch up upon, man?
It's up to you, man. It's on you now.
I'm gonna look now. We could talk about like how everybody's up in the uproar about these whole Trump indictments, and but
that's the thing with the Trump. I still don't. What is he indicted for?
This time is saying that he his questioning the election in Georgia was furthering a criminal enterprise and trying to reverse the election.
But how though? What's the charges? What is he charged?
There's conspiracy to like every action he did as far as legal action, suing, asking for one of his folks got indicted for just asking for a phone number of an elector person in Georgia, just asking for it, and he's indicted with him, one of his lawyers. But they not only indicted him, they're indicting all of his lawyers who gave him legal advice during that time.
Yeah,
Rico.
I gotta see them. I need to see something because I don't understand why.
It's weird because all of these mugs do it. I remember them doing it to him when he won. They the mad lawsuits questioning the election, saying it was stolen, and ain't nobody getting indicted. He must have did something extra. Maybe he walked into the court.
That's what I'm saying. I need to see because he did something sneakily behind. When I be seeing his money, I be like, what is he locked up for? Like, I don't get it.
Well, they didn't even they did a mug shot, and it was funny because they were saying that the mug shots are strictly, they don't have to have a mug shot with every arrest. He's one of the most famous men in the world. The mug shot was strictly a political thing. That's why the other ones, they didn't do a mug shot because they thought he was going to use it to sell merch. And he's using this one to sell merch.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck is going on, dog? This politics shit is just getting bizarre, dog.
It is like a bizarro world, man.
It's bizarro world. Like what? Like what is he locked up for? Just let that man go about. But I guess this is because he said he's gonna run again.
Well, they don't want him to run again, and they're thinking that that's one of the reasons they're chasing him down to try to keep him too busy to run.
What's the difference between him?
I could tell you another reason. I said this before. Like when he was in office, he was the most talked about thing in the world, in history. And when he left, after he got impeached, whatever you want to call it, right? They had nothing to talk about. But for the first 10 months he was out. CNN ratings were so high because of what?
Yeah, that's
they were talking about him.
That's what it sounded like to me because half of this shit they be like, just what is they still talking about this nigga? What?
Facts. But I seen something on TikTok, right? Cause I'll be scrolling. Mm-hmm. People be talking about this, but one post caught my attention. It was like the day that they found out that Biden Jr. That he was the owner of the laptop. That's when they went after Mar-a-Lago. And
Biden is the same nigga as Trump, man. it's the same.
So right after something else happened with Biden Jr., Hunter Biden, that's when they went after the indictment. So pretty much it's been a cover up of allegedly of shit that's
Biden
going
shit.
on.
Yeah, Biden ain't shit neither. I don't. People be trying to figure. I'd be like, man, Biden is an old white man. What you think is going on?
He should be taking care of his grandkids and not being puppeted around. They couldn't find nobody else to do this shit but him. They said Obama even told him, Joe, you don't have to do it. Someone else can step up. And I'm gonna do it.
He's too old, man. Go lay down, Papa. Like, we know you ain't like you. Half the time he don't even look like he knows what's going on for real.
he
too old. Like yeah, he don't know. Like he don't know what the fuck going on. Like, I don't. This is like bizarre world. I don't care about Trump if he get locked up or not. I don't. Who gives a fuck? Because we still don't know until you say, yo, Trump did. What did he do? Like, I don't know what he did.
Well, the problem is some people are saying is like people feel that he did something and they're looking for it and they can't really find a solid thing to put their finger on, so they're like picking shit up to do it. And that's what I told my daughter's mother. I was like, well, listen, where is it? Why is they making shit up and bringing on weird charges? Like
what the fuck is it? It's super weird. It don't make no sense. Just let the nigga go lay down. He old too. Like
yeah, he is.
Fuck y'all got going on.
I'm gonna tell you another reason why. This allegedly, right? Everything's alleged. On July 4th of 2020, he released something. He released it was a secret like voice recording. It was then extracted to be a written document too. But what he called it was the Declaration of Independence 2.0. And in this allegedly in this video recording, he said he gave the Democrats until the next election to vacate the America's premises. And if they didn't come high noon on a certain date in 2024, they were going to be hung at high noon for treason.
Oh yeah, I don't believe that. You know why? One thing with them niggas, they'd have killed that nigga talking greasy like that. It wouldn't even been no lockup. We just found that nigga somewhere dead. That's greasy talk. Like that. Hell no, I can't go with that one.
Yeah.
That's one thing them niggas don't. I ain't even going front. That's one thing with them niggas. Them pilgrims, them niggas don't really play with that. They'll kill you like all that threatening. Or they gonna you see threatening. They gonna kill you. Like,
but who's to say he's not one of them?
What you mean?
Who's to say he's not one of the people that you saying that's gonna kill him? That's what I'm saying.
He ain't been there long enough. These people been doing this political shit for centuries, for decades, right?
No, but he comes from that lineage though. That's what I was telling Judy the other day.
What lineage?
Well, he comes from a privileged lineage, but he's.
But I'm saying he ain't been like. All right, what I'm saying is right. But Joe, listen, hold on. Well, Biden, right? Biden was in the army. Biden did policy. He's just in there already.
Do you know who his uncle is?
Who?
Trump's uncle.
Who was uncle?
Kennedy.
Yeah, but I'm saying he wasn't there with them though. You understand? He was off doing real estate or whatever he was doing. Joe Biden and them was already in the mix with these people. So if they're gonna get rid of anybody, it's gonna be Trump. That's why he catching all these cases. And it ain't Joe Biden. Joe Biden's son got caught smoking crack on TV.
I mean, Hunter.
You know what I'm saying? Hunter's a wild nigga.
He living his best life, smoking meth, crack, banging hookers. He's doing all.
I just think if Trump would have been talking greasy, hanging people and all that crazy shit, they would have killed that nigga. They wouldn't have been talking about locking him up. Right? We wouldn't have heard about it, and they would have just killed him, man.
Well, or you see what happened, because they were saying even with the thing with JFK, he just wasn't following the powers that be, and that's what led to his demise.
Yeah, but you see how fast they got him killed though, and he didn't even make it through his whole presidency. Talking greasy, you can't be talking greasy. That's why I'm saying you start talking like extra greasy with that. Oh, they gonna kill you. They gonna be like, ha, yeah. They ain't gonna lock him up. They be letting Trump do too much, man. All this is theatrics. But this is I believe it. I believe what you said. It's the CNN shit. This I swear. Because he's not gonna do no time. We don't. What did he do?
The problem
he's not gonna do no time for what is it?
There's a
How
thing
much time is he facing?
Well, they're saying, but it's a bunch of years if they get the felonies. But the problem is him as being a president. There's a thing called presidential immunity. Even if he do some slightly illegal shit, which none of this shit is like viciously illegal, he still can't be sent to jail. He can't be.
But which one? What do you know? Which ones are felonies?
The one that they made up, it's supposed to be a misdemeanor. The one in New York, they made up some shit and smushed two laws that don't go together and made that a felony. This conspiratorial, the stack of all the conspiratorial charges are equaling out to felonies. Most of the stuff they're saying would be misdemeanors normally.
Half that shit is gonna get. You know how that shit goes, man. If anybody ever cut your case, half that shit is getting thrown out. He's not going to jail.
No, he's not. He's not gonna go to jail. Juju was telling me this. I think it was like last week. He's been sentenced for a minute though. That when Trump left office, Trump took certain documents only he had access to, right? But Obama did the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
Every president does. They classify documents because you think about it. Here's what happened: the president scribbles something on a motherfucking napkin. It's now classified. It's a presidential note.
And all of this is why I agree with what you said, Russ. I think this is some CNN, Fox.
Yeah.
We ain't got shit else to talk about. We gonna make this money off these commercials, off selling you this Trump shit when he didn't do nothing. Because what? This is TV. That's what this is, theatrics. I don't believe. What did he do? Y'all keep saying, "Oh, he did this," but everybody does that shit. Now what?
Here's how bad it was when the grand jury was convening. Right, there's a document that's generated once the grand jury makes their decisions and they approve certain charges and they stamp on it. These fuckers released it on their site before the grand jury ever did anything. Like before the grand jury was still in session, they released a document that can't be released, which violates the rights. Like his lawyers can't push for a motion to dismiss because of what they did.
They just wilding. That's what I'm saying. This is all BS, man. They might have told him, look, Trump, we gonna run you through the ringer for a couple years, right? We're gonna get this money. We're gonna break you off on the back end, though. We're gonna run you. You're gonna be on TV. For real, think about it. All these charges, right? Ain't none of it equaling up to nothing. Y'all know all these. Y'all saying, oh, because he got a stack of these charges, make it a felony. Y'all know all them charges ain't gonna stick. Y'all gonna throw half the by the time you go to court, half them shit's gonna be gone.
Yeah. We used to call it like throwing a fistful of turds on the wall and hoping some of them stick.
That's what they do. Because even if you could get caught with 17 guns, right? Right now, a nigga in America get caught with 17 guns about to rob a bank. They gonna throw so much charges on you, even if you did everything they saying you did. So most of that shit still gonna get thrown out, and they gonna hit you with the most serious shit, and that's how it goes.
And if you got a good attorney, they'll try to negotiate so you get the
you take time for a lesser charge and all that goofy shit. That's what I'm saying. I don't. All that it don't make no sense. That's what I'm saying. I agree with it. I didn't think about that it was just for TV, but now that you said that, because I don't know what I still don't get it. Even though you explained it to me, I still don't get it.
Because it doesn't really make sense. Everyone else acts like it does, and I'm just telling them, like, listen, I'm not an attorney or anything.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's weird.
It's weird, for real. Because even I'll watch the news, right, and they'll say all this stuff. And I'll be like, what did he do? Like, he keeps saying because he asked somebody this. So what? Like, what is this? Like,
and see, for the problem too is like everybody kept saying over and over, all the laws. He's using our country to enrich himself. He's breaking all these laws. I said, so where are these charges for stealing and doing shit to enrich himself? I don't see that happening nowhere. I just gave up asking.
We're enriching itself like what?
This dude was the first.
I don't see Trump merchandise everywhere.
Yeah, but what it is I think they're saying that
the MAGA hats.
He sells merch, but the thing is like he's the first president where his actual net worth went down. Every other president, their net worth goes up.
That nigga just learned how to hide his money better. How his net worth go? You know how much money he made off the MAGA hats and them T-shirts alone?
His net worth didn't go down. That's what people don't understand about Trump. Trump, to me, is one of the top 3 men to ever to walk this earth.
Why?
Imagine a motherfucker. I'm not even gonna put his name to it. Imagine a motherfucker go to another country. And he go to the other country, and he asked them for $3 billion. A regular motherfucker, like us, ain't even getting $3 billion here. Let alone going to another country getting it. But the motherfucker who did it was Trump. So they gave him a line of
who he got?
I forget. I don't know what country it was, bro. But
you talking about he probably like Saudi or one of those other.
I want to say it was Saudi, but I don't want to say it because I don't know. I'm just telling you the story from where I remember it. So he gets the line of credit, $3 billion. Immediately, he buys a plan for a hotel and casino to be put in that country. The moment he get the plans, he put the plans into a trust. So when it came time for him to make payment, he had no money. He owned nothing. But they were saying, we gave you $3 billion, but I have nothing. I own nothing.
He's a scammer.
No, he's not. He's playing this. No, he's not. He's playing the system. The system, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. If right now, if I was in a relationship right now, and I end up getting married, and then a few years down the line, I get divorced, I lose half my shit automatically, right? Because I own it. But let's say I have my house in a trust, I have my car in a trust, and a certain type of trust. It's not gonna work with all type of trust. You have to have a certain type of trust for this to work. But if I have my house in a certain trust, my car in a certain trust, I have all my assets, all my money, all the money I earn being donated or given to the trust. Now, when it comes time to somebody suing me, and when it comes time for me to have to pay anything, I own nothing.
I could tell you the trick with that. All of that is, it depends on what them people gave him the money for. They didn't just give him the money just because he's Trump. They gave him for the money. It must have been some kind of agreement.
He probably had to submit a business.
So now, if he didn't do what he was supposed to do, hold on. Yeah. If he didn't do what he was supposed to do, and then they come back for whatever they came back for, now you like, oh, there's no money. You a scammer.
Yeah, but the reason he went over there is to build a hotel and a casino in their country. It was supposed to be a Trump Tower over there too.
Didn't.
He did. He bought the plans. He bought the plans for it and everything. But as soon as he bought the plans, he put the plans in the trust. Now the trust owns the plans to the Trump Towers. So when he started to build everything. Everything went into the project. He didn't just take the money and run off with it.
Oh, okay.
The bread went into the project, and he ended up building eventually what we know is the Trump Towers.
So he just didn't put it in his name personally. He put it in a business trust. I get it.
Yeah. And that's why, even with all of his bank,
smart. Yeah, it's his business.
That's
smart.
And that's why I say he won the top 3 in my mind.
But that's probably what all them niggas do.
No, I don't know about all of them. I know specifically he got over 80 trusts. I've been studying him since I was in 7th grade, bro.
Yeah, it's probably most of them niggas probably do that. That's how they hide their money. They hide shit. It's hide money.
And you know what's funny is a person explained how a lot of those wealthy people, to include Elon Musk, operate. They get all their payment in stocks, and they actually don't have any of that money. And then they go to the bank, say, listen, I got all this money in stocks. They get credit from the bank, and they live on that credit. But then when their stock goes up, they can actually drop all the money on the credit and continue to live when they haven't even really touched thing.
It'd be a bunch of loopholes they be running. A lot of them rich dudes, that's how they live.
Purposeful loopholes.
like Warren Buffett, right? I read his book called The Snowball, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, he's on a private jet, and he says that he owns the private jet company, right? But the private jet that he owns that jet personally, him and 16 other millionaire, billionaire motherfuckers. And they use it when they need to use it. Now, what I thought was, damn, this nigga got all the money in the world. He still ain't buy his own jet, even though he owns the company. You see how he worked that shit? Like
Because
he owns it. He could have wrote it for free, all he wanted to. Like, but they do is the reason why so much of them they all share the gas because it costs a lot to fuel them shits. Like the gas, the maintenance, all this, so they all split the bill, so it don't really cost them no money on top of him owning the company. Like,
no, but
I was like, these rich niggas, all they be just working the system. Like,
no, the system was made to. It was a game. The game is meant to be played. So what Warren Buffett do? He don't invest in nothing that's not gonna pay him.
Facts. That's a fact.
The money that he put into that jet, right? It's a tax write-off.
Yeah, because it's his
Plus
company.
he renting it, even though 16 motherfuckers own it, they rent it to other people. That's cash flow.
Yep.
Right? So now every time this motherfucker, I can almost guarantee this. Every interview he do, he got a Coke in his hand. He getting paid off advertisement every time because he owns stock in that shit. You see what I'm saying? So I learned this from a millionaire. A millionaire for TikTok. He was like, "Why would I go and buy this expensive car?" All right, because it's a liability.
Yeah, they'll lease it or something.
No, what he do is he gonna buy a property, and he gonna buy enough properties, let's say, to make a certain amount of money a month. So when he does go to finance it, the cash revenue, the cash flow from these properties are gonna pay for that vehicle, but it doesn't come out of his pocket.
Out of his pocket, right?
And now he has a tax right. He have multiple tax write-off because he got the tax write-off for the businesses, and he got the tax write-off for this. And since he only used the expensive vehicle for business, it's a business write-off. So everything he does in it is paying him. And so that's what I've learned from watching these people move is the fact
they be working that shit.
Yeah,
they don't never really come out their pocket unless something else is really paying for what they want. They never really come out their pocket. They ain't gonna go in the stash and go buy nothing. They don't work like that.
They stash. They don't have liquid cash. Everything that they have is invested. Like I'll give you another name. Grant Cardone. I've been watching him since 2010, 11. And so this man literally, he was one of the people who was successful during 2008, which was one of the worst years of my life. Because that's when I got discharged from the military during the economic crash. And mind you, I'm a few years removed from high school. I don't know what the fuck going on. I just know I can't get a job. I know I'm homeless. I ain't got nowhere to go and shit like that, right? But I watched this man literally, he know how to, even though he incurred all his debt, like Juju was saying on paper, he got so much assets on paper to the point where he goes to the bank, he leveraged his assets to get more. And he take what they gave him, go and reinvest it, and now he has more cash flow. But here's a trick that he does, right? What he does is he'll go and get the property. He'll rent it out. It'll pay him over the course of time. And once it gets to a certain point, he's gonna take all the equity out. And if you move the equity before a certain amount of time and reinvest it into another real estate property, you pay no taxes.
Right.
So this man, they figured out a way to not pay taxes. Right. They figured out a way to make money without spending money. And they found a way to make money on top of the money, more money on top of the money they invested. So when I seen that shit, I was like, yo, I got to figure out something.
Yeah, they got that, but they wrote the game though. That's why it'd be hard for us to get. It's harder for us to get in. But they wrote it.
I could tell you something right now to make you understand. Like the game was made to be written, but we was going through something to the point where we never had a chance to do so.
Until now, we starting to we at least now is at least getting to the point where some of us can at least play a little bit. Like we getting there.
I'm starting to play that. I'm starting to play not on that level, but I'm trajecting toward that because when I started realizing what was happening,
we getting there. But it's more and more, more and more of us starting to have money and shit. So we getting there, but
Yeah, that's what I was looking at especially with COVID, a lot of new young entrepreneurs started breaking into the industry, making money and just working for themselves.
Yeah.
So they're not.
You see that every few probably 20, 30 years, it'd be new businesses. The old businesses fall and the new ones come Blockbuster. Remember, it was Blockbuster. There's a bunch of shit around that's gone. It just got replaced by the newer version of it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about that real quick because that's a great topic, right? So, I remember, man, when you just go to Blockbuster on a Friday or Saturday, you was the shit.
Facts.
You go to the back wall, get the movies. You go to the middle section, get the games.
Get the games.
Go to the section right before the cashier to get your the Butterfinger, the little
snacks.
Butterfinger.
Yep.
The M&Ms and shit. Like I remember that like it was yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then what happened is like everything, like adaptation is everything. And so when Blockbuster thought that they were going to be a for everything, and what they didn't anticipate was what? The rise of the internet.
The internet.
And so they had an opportunity to get ahead, but they didn't adapt.
Yeah.
So when they didn't adapt, somebody said, you know what, we're going to go ahead and make this to the point where, going to Blockbuster on a Friday, Saturday night is cool. But what you know what's better than that? Not having to leave your crib. And so when Blockbuster sit up there said that you'll never compete with us, and they sit up there and say, yeah, we will. Now they out of business. Yeah. I'm going to give you another example.
Netflix killed Blockbuster.
Netflix destroyed them.
It was Netflix
because it wasn't Netflix wasn't on Netflix wasn't online at first. Netflix was in a red box.
Yeah, you have to go get them. Yeah,
you had to go get them in a red box at your Walgreens or your grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I remember that. Yeah, we had to go to Walgreens or something if we wanted to move. We had to go, and then it transitioned into so they were competing with Blockbuster at first, but then it became a thing when they went online strictly, right? But let me give you another example about something that's going on now that a lot of people are not talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You got companies like Bed Bath & Beyond and other brick and mortar stores who are about to go out of business.
Yep.
And it's all because they didn't adapt to get an online presence.
Know who else got to? The sneaker stores.
Oh, definitely. Foot Locker about to get out
of all of them. Evelyn's just went out of like even like the little hood local shits. Them shits is getting cracked because it's the internet. Everybody buy their sneakers off the internet for it.
True. That, but two, Nike took they licensing away from a lot of people.
Yeah, that too. So
when they did that, it screwed them.
Yeah.
Who the fuck going to buy some Adidas money?
Right, and niggas don't understand all them retro J's is Nikes.
Who the fuck going to look? Who going to look? This is Jordan, right? I got another pair of Jordans over there. Another look. I'm buying.
But those are Nikes.
Nike, yeah. You see what I'm saying?
The Jordans. People think that the retros is Jordan, but they not. They're Nikes.
They Nike.
The Jordans is the team Jordans. The ones people think that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them shits. The people, the ones nobody weird. Them is the real. The ones Jordan own. Like, but
the ones after Jordan was I want to say the 4s, no, the 3s, because the 2s didn't have no everything after the 1, because the first one was the Jordan 1. That's the one that had the Nike sign. The Jordan 2s didn't have a Nike sign on it. The Jordan 3s did,
but they still owned by Nike.
They were still at that point.
All Jordan of them are still owned by. Listen, I'm about to show you something. Yeah. They're all still owned by Nike. I'm gonna show you.
I'm not saying they're not owned, but I'm saying majority. They have ownership, but Michael have a majority ownership after a certain. No, I thought he had a majority ownership.
He got a minority ownership. The ones he got majority of is the team Jordans. I'm gonna show you. I can prove it to you, right? Mm-hmm. The retros. That's why the retros. If you know, in certain stores in New York, they started losing licenses with Nike, so they stopped having Jordans. But you can get them team Jordans. You just can't get the retros because Nike ain't it. Like you said, they ain't in the store. So you go to New York, half them stores in New York, you can't get no Jordans in the store.
No,
they don't sell them in the stores.
No,
they Nikes. Nike, I think the only Jordans, the Jordans that was Jordan is probably like the 16s or the 17s or something like that. The rest of them shits is Nikes. Look it up. You'll see that shit. He was just getting a check. He get a percentage out of it, but they get majority of that money. Like the Nike
That's crazy. I thought he had at a certain point he had a majority in that.
Hell no, that nigga would be. You know how rich that nigga would be right now if he owned a majority. That nigga would be a super billionaire.
Not just
he not just a regular. If he owned like the majority of that shit, he'd been have so much money, man. Crazy. He'd have Phil Knight and them money. Like, he had them niggas money.
Dude.
You know that's how they think about it. Because think about Nike. Most of their money came from Jordan.
No, all their money, because they were still competing with in tennis and other sports. And Jordan.
I'm talking about even now though.
Yeah.
Like even right now, most of without the retros, Nike probably would have went out of business for it. The retros was keeping the Nikes alive.
Yeah, they kept them alive. But then in recent years, you got the
The foams
the
and
you got the Kobe's, you got the Travis Scotts, you got the Bronze.
The bronze.
Yeah.
When they brought back the foams and the pennies,
Bro,
and
I hate foams, bro.
yeah, I don't like
I'm gonna tell you why I hate foams, bro. Because I remember growing up, I had a bread. When I was growing up in group homes and stuff, at first they wasn't. At first, I could tell you when they rose in price. It rose in price, I want to say 2007. And I'll never forget this. I can't blame it on him, but Rajon Rondo is the reason for the price.
Now I'm talking about when they first came out, and when I was in high school.
When they first came out, it was 280.
I swear to God, I was in high school. My boy had them. But that's what I'm saying. Maybe where you was at, because they wasn't wearing them up here. You was paying them phone shits. It was like 280 when they first came out back then. When I was in high school.
I remember it differently, bro. Let me go see this.
Look it up.
I don't even remember none of these things.
Yeah, I was in high school.
Like I still try to wrap my.
I think they was when they initially came out. I think they were supposed to be Scottie Pippen sneakers.
Oh shit!
Nah, I remember. Okay, so when I remember right here it says the original was 180, right? Mm-hmm. So, I remember when the price went up to over 200. It was because of Rajon Rondo. When Rajon Rondo was with the Boston Celtics, bro.
Oh, you talking about when he brought him back?
When he bought them, like, because phones was nobody was hooping in phones. But
hell no, yeah, that shit came way when they bought him back.
There was heavy shoes. Mm-hmm. But when Rajon Rondo wore the all white Johns when he was with Boston,
he did wear them shits in Boston.
And after that game, he had an amazing. After that game, those things went from like 100 something to like two something. It was like 230.
You talking about when they brought him back?
When they brought him back, yeah. When they bought because it was crazy about the same shoes. Because the only phones I wanted was the all white ones, the all purple ones, and the Weatherman ones. Because the Weatherman ones to me was just fire. I was saving up my money to get them, bruh. As soon as I went to go to the store to get them, they talking about some 2 something. I'm like, wait, what? You can keep them motherfuckers.
Them shits was straight till I started seeing they came out with the camouflage. They started going too crazy with the colors, like camouflage, army fatigue, and then they came out with the. I like the pink ones was alright when they came out with the.
The pink ones was fire. The orange ones, the purple ones, the all black ones. Like what's crazy about
them? Yeah, the all black ones are still dope to me,
bro.
Like,
they just re-released them. I want to say less than 6 months ago.
Yeah,
but the way the sneaker game is crazy because you got to go in order to get the exclusive. You got to go through the sneakers app, and it's stupid. But I was like, man, I don't think nobody gonna want this shoe because I'm like, man, nobody gonna want this shoe. So I get up an hour before the launch, and I'm in there chilling. Man, they drop. I go to press the button to put my size in. It's just one click for me. I push a button. It already got my size, my credit card, everything in there. I just push another button. I waited about 10 seconds. Then motherfucker was sold out.
Oh wow.
I like the original color too, the white and the black, the all white with the black check and shit, or the black whatever. Yeah,
that was cold.
Yeah, them was the original ones, the first ones that came out, the white and the black.
The original pennies, bro. Like all his whole line was fire.
Yeah, pennies was fire.
Yeah, maybe I'll become a sneakerhead when I retire.
Pennies was fire. The pennies and the Barclays. The Barclays are still fire to me. They just drop. I think they're supposed to be dropping the black and white Barclays soon. Barclays.
Yep. Barclays. I remember when I was younger, everybody had a shoe. Like I remember Rodman had a Nike. Vin Baker had some Nikes.
I don't remember the Rodmans.
Rodman had a pair of. I remember they were white, green, and black.
Ken Griffey.
Either like this. The Griffey's, the Deion Sanders was fire to this day.
With the white, with the yellow on the side, the little yellow shit on the side. Yeah, this was fire too.
It was fire. Like all of them had some. The only shoe I didn't like was the Vin Baker because that one it was like a boot.
I ain't like the Air Raids. The one with the cross.
I don't remember those.
That's the one that had the little strap that would cross like this across the shoe. It had like 2 straps.
Yeah.
On it. It had like the Air Raids.
I remember them.
Mm-hmm. The motherfucking LA Tex with the lights in them.
Oh, the LA Gears?
Yeah, the LA Gears.
That was my shit, bro.
You just had the light, the one with the little light in the back of them shits.
They tried to sign a deal with Michael Jackson to represent the shoe, and they made some crazy shoe with studs on it, and then they wound up going out of business because of that shit. They paid Mike way too much money, and he refused to wear the sneaker.
Yeah, Mike wasn't no sneaker wearer.
And it's funny because they made someone else dance like Mike in the commercial,
disrespecting themselves.
Yeah, but they didn't show it. They just showed the feet in the sparkly sneakers. I just watched a fucking thing, a documentary on how LA Gear failed.
Because they came and went real fast. Like they had them light up shits, and then they was out of there. Like shits, that was the early 90s.
Yo, seems like the early 90s was yesterday, but that was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, 30 years ago.
Man,
time ago.
I remember
30 years ago. Like
I remember when I was when I started feeling old, I was at a CVS getting a prescription, and the dude next to me that was towering over me, he was born the year I graduated high school. I was like, 1993. I said, what? Yo, you's old, dog.
You graduated in 93?
Yes, sir.
That's a long time ago, for real.
For real.
Nah, yeah, that's definitely like.
You was thinking about shoot. My oldest will be 28 this year.
Yeah.
We was just talking about that. I was talking to all of them about some of their experiences and shit, and I was like, yo, it's good for them to talk to you, but sometimes they overshare a little bit because they related to me.
Yeah.
But I was like, you asked for it. I do want to feel comfortable talking though.
Yeah.
Say what they gotta say. Trying to see, there was this other fucking topic I had. I lost a track of. I'm gonna start putting it in a notepad because what I usually do is kept tabs open so I could play them.
I just put in my notes in my phone.
Yeah, I should do that. I was doing it at first, and for some reason I fell away from doing it. But I'm gonna have to get back to that because there was a couple of at least one or two other ones I had lined up. That's another thing too. Like, did we already talk about this one time with that Joe Rogan's wife is Dino from H-Town's ex?
I never knew that. Like,
yeah,
that's a strange
connection.
Is she white?
Yeah, she white.
Okay.
Fine as hell. She a model. But
is Joe Dino Rogan, the one that died?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yes. But then Joe Rogan adopted his daughter, Dino's daughter, when she was a little girl. She died when Dino died. She was a little girl, and Joe Rogan adopted her.
Makes sense if he married to her, right?
He married to the wife, but everybody don't adopt their steps.
I mean, if she ain't got no daddy though, you gonna adopt it. Like, you know what I'm saying? True. You gonna adopt the kid. The kid ain't got the kid's dad died. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And she's supposed to be a musician. I haven't heard any of her content.
I'm sure she don't got to do too much. Joe Rogan got the bag. I'm sure she really got to do much. Joe Rogan got long bread.
She got that. She got that. The foundational stuff. She have the best equipment, so she has some talent and drive. She can.
Yeah, she can do whatever she want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hopefully,
I'm sure most of that shit Joe Rogan probably got. He got a studio wherever he shoot that shit at. Yeah,
he definitely got a whole studio. He got a whole ass studio. You know who's been super quiet? Your boy Andrew Tate. He's still been doing his thing, but
he got smart.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing so much talking. Like,
everything don't go on the internet.
Exactly. He got smart. I'm gonna get my bread and I'm gonna fall back. Know who else got smart on the low? And it's about to be mad random. Paris Hilton.
True. She came out chill.
Her people probably gave her some straightening. Sit your ass down before you mess up this bag. We gotta leave for you. You running around here like you grew up broke. Sit down. Like, she been chilling for like a while too. Like,
I actually saw someone interview her a few months ago. A complete different person than what she was.
That's what I'm saying. They gave her a talk about that bread. Like,
she grew up. Definitely.
Yeah, grew up. Like,
She was on like that. And they asked her, what happened to your voice? She said, that was all a character.
That was all a character. Acting like she was stupid and all. How you stupid and you went to the best schools all your life?
Now, a hilarious topic I want to bring up too is that y'all see that Charleston White Aiden Ross crap that was going on?
Nah.
Oh boy, hold up. Well, basically, Aiden talked Charleston because you heard of the streaming service called Kick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, KICK, not the KIK one, the mobile one. So Aiden been playing around with Charleston, talking to him for a few. Then Aiden brings Charleston White out to under the guise that he's gonna give him a deal on Kick. And then when Charleston come out, he said, "Man, them fool, man, they were all up there, they all chained out, and it was scenario after scenario that was kind of bullshit." He said, "They got chains. Well, I ain't got no bitches around. Why you all glittered up and dressed up? These all got new shoes on, and they got all this chains on. They look good. Ain't no bitches around." And then they keep saying all this gay shit. Hold up. Well, I gotta pull up one of the clips. Charleston White Aiden. Make sure I don't get somebody that's gonna copyright me. Okay, Charleston White explains what. Oh, that's a whole different dude. Oh, Charleston White, a fool. You know that he, in this video, he admitted a rapper sent him a video of him muscled up and greased up of his chest. So Charleston White sent him a video of his penis. And I was like, "Don't you think that's gay?" He's like, "No." He said, "You sent him a picture of your dick." I sent him a video. He said he sent me his muscle. I sent him the only muscle.
That's terrible.
Man, that's too far, man.
But you know he's crazy.
Charleston White bugged out. Like.
He said he sent me his muscle. I sent him mine.
That nigga crazy. I just seen some video somewhere he pulled a knife out on some dude he's supposed to be boxing.
Now that because what people been testing them.
Charleston White going crazy, man. He going crazy talking crazy.
The dude when they had the press conference, right? He and his he got his robe on, he got his boxing gloves on supposedly, and the dude was talking shit. And he went to go push Charleston White, but what he didn't know is Charleston White has some mace in his hand, but it's not. Yeah, it's just not any type of mace, because normal mace you spray it and it go everywhere. Nah, spray the way he had was a direct stream. Wherever he shoot that shit,
it went right in the dude's face. It's crazy.
Right in this shit.
Charleston White different, man. No, how you go to a boxing thing? That's all supposed to be for show. Like
because I think what happened with him, he know everywhere he go, he gonna get tested.
Yeah, he do. He be talking everywhere. Crazy.
Yep.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do, because I like this dude. Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews actually did a review of it, so we can review the review, and he kept it short too. He didn't go crazy with it.
All right.
So I'll probably go with Mediocre. You know, it's crazy on here. Like I gotta turn the video down within the YouTube, because y'all volume is on the same stream as the other motherfucker. Did it double click though? What up? There you go. It will take.
Say, hey, Aiden like to offer you a deal. Would you come to Vegas? He like to offer you a streaming deal with Kick. Hold on, listen. Hey, I want to take you shopping. I don't want to go shopping. What kind of nigga? What nigga? I don't want to go shopping. I want to buy you some shoes. I don't want no shoes. I wear Vans. I already saw the interview where 50 Cent said that's what P. Diddy and them tried to do to him, take him shopping. I'm already hip. I'm already hip.
This story that I have for you guys today.
Old country nigga, man.
It's got twists.
He's
it's
like
got
46.
turns. It's got friends becoming
way older than 46.
Of betrayal.
Like about 56.
Strap yourself in and prepare for this bumpy ride. But ensure that you pay attention, though, because this story demonstrates one of the main facets of this channel, which is being a man, standing on your square, never buckling under pressure, never sacrificing your morals, your virtues, your values for the love of the bag, the profit, or even for women. For you see, within media, within content, in Hollyweird, there seems to be a certain subset of a man that tends to bubble to the top. Generally, you'll see them do weird shit like adorn dresses for screenplays, or you might see your next famous rapper wearing a skirt or painting their nails a particular color. And even if that man
Drake been wilding too.
Actually not.
Say it again.
Drake been wilding too.
Yeah, he been throwing
nigga
it.
Paint his nails, and the nigga had like some old part with his hair and some old crazy pigtail shit. That nigga been bugging too, like lately.
For real. Okay. Mediocre actually goes back. This is he shows some of the, for context, he shows some of the interaction between Charleston and Aiden doing a lot of weird shit. And
so Aiden is a weird dude, like, you know.
That's true.
He weird.
True. All right, hold on. Let's hit the play on it.
I don't know, man. What's your opinion on the Adam 22 Lena situation?
I think Adam wants some too.
Adam wants some beef.
Wait, why?
Why would you lay there and watch a guy put all that rotor in your woman? You know,
Aaron Ross's audience is a lot younger, so they love all of the edgy ish. But there was a particular component of the stream that really stuck out to me.
Bro, I didn't like what you said about King Von. In my opinion, King Von was a great rapper, made great music, you know, and, you know, RIP to King Von.
What about all the victims that the FBI have evidence and reports that he did? What about those victims, their families that hear you say that? What about their families? The only reason King Von got out of jail because all the witnesses in the murder case came up dead. And people honor him for people.
Well,
he's known for, listen to me, he's known for people. He's not known for rapping. He's known for people.
Not true. I knew Von because he was a rapper and he was a good rapper, bro.
No, listen.
Yes, bro.
You know him for that. But the rest of the world know him for the FBI just put out documentation that he's in a serial. Why don't you like King Von? I say because King Von is classified as a serial killer.
The FBI put out, they did put out some shit that he killed a couple of people though.
Black people. Why do you like him? You're a Jewish kid. Oh, I like King Von. Well, I met some of his victims, talked to some of the victims' people. I met Tuka's mother.
Now, keep in mind this King Von conversation.
Von ain't killed Tuka though. Like,
yeah, that's what I was just about to he allegedly, right? But they came out after he died and they pinned it on him.
Tuka? I know they got KI.
No. I'm sorry about that. KI. My bad.
Yeah, KI. They said he did that though. The girl, they said he did that. So I believe that, but not Tuka. Tuka, like, you know what I'm saying? Not Tuka. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. He don't. Charleston be just saying shit, like, you know but they be dissing Tuka. But I don't think Von did that. He definitely killed KI though. I believe it at least.
This one was funny.
This ain't no real person. This is not a real human. This is an artificial intelligent robot, and y'all done blew her jaws and her neck up.
She's literally real. How do I prove it to you, bro?
I'm real. I promise I'm real. It's no AI. It's not a joke. Very much. I don't know.
Discord call.
One last time, guys. Is you a man or a woman?
Huh?
Are you a man or a woman?
I'm a trans woman.
I knew this was some bullshit. I'm gonna get out here.
Old Charleston White left the conversation. He's had a previous conversation with Aiden Ross speaking about that he doesn't want to associate with anyone in the LGBTQ community. So Aiden Ross doing this was on purpose to get the reaction out of Charleston White. And I get it. It's for content. You often want to put different types of people together because that's where the best type of content comes from. So by this stage in the game, Charleston White is aware that something seems a little bit fishy about Aiden Ross and kind of Charleston White's participation within his content. But because the conversations were going so well, they were getting a lot of clicks. The audience was obviously loving these conversations. Aiden Ross's management invited Charleston White to Vegas. And according to Charleston White, the purpose of this invitation was to discuss a potential streaming deal with Kick where Aiden Ross is part owner.
You and Aiden. The chat room love you. Aiden crowd, it's 75,000 people here waiting on you. They love you. I'm saying all kids, man, let me go on over there. This is a pond. This is like resources from the ground you can cipher.
Mm-hmm.
So Unc coming over here to be Unc. We have a good time. Do numbers that night.
Yeah, Aiden put up some good numbers on Kick.
Aiden like to offer you a deal.
Bunch of children.
He like to offer you a streaming deal. With
childish.
Charleston White touches down in Vegas. He complains about the lack of communication from Aiden Ross's team regarding who's going to be picking him up, where is his hotel going to be at. But things get settled and the two eventually meet. But Aiden invited one of his streamer friends that goes by the name of Prime.
Oh, this is funny.
That's Prime right there.
How did you know what I picked? Huh? How did you know what I picked? Because Prime, this is my uncle.
Yeah. And when I tried to shake his hand, he said, "No, that."
I ain't even know that, bro. Oh, who your cousin? King Von. No, I don't know about no King Von. No.
Now, mind you, Prime just walked into the situation and said, "This is the guy that dissed my cousin." He said, "Who's your cousin?" And he said, King Von. Now, remember the clip earlier of Charleston White talking about King Von? Well, this guy is trying to get some content by putting Charleston White on his toes. Let's continue to listen.
Yeah,
no.
I don't care about that.
I don't care. So? Why you hanging with this nigga, boy? Prime. This is my cousin, bro.
Look at his face.
You smiling, bro? Yeah. You smiling? Yeah, I'm smiling. What you want to do? Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
Look.
So we finna do it. We finna do it.
Now, mind you, already has mace in his hand. By the way, this is some of Aiden Ross's security right over here. This is a helper, an assistant, or his girl. I don't know the two, but this person right here, this one right here, is on Charleston White's team. Let's keep going.
Do it. We finna do it. I wasn't serious though. I didn't give a damn you wasn't serious. I'm not gonna lie. He had his mace. This one got Soldier Boy. He had his mace. Soldier Boy did the same thing. I was so scared, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Soldier Boy did the same thing. Listen. Soldier Boy did the same thing. Yeah. Bro, I got so scared, bro. Can y'all not do that to me, bro? I thought he was gonna base me. I was.
He was.
Gosh, you was.
I had a heart attack, bro. I swear to God.
I try to tell kids.
But I don't know if he's playing or not.
Nigga ain't scary.
The optics of this, just real quick. You have.
I try to tell man, we too old to be fighting up in here, man. That's a young man's game. Hey, what's up, little sis? If you still there, thank you for popping in.
I'm not fighting no Nick.
Hell no. Man, Aiden's sitting back there smiling. He said he was nervous, but he's smiling. Oh, this is the other shit they did when they was in the van and they start doing weird shit. I want to see what Charles would talk about it. Hold on, let me see something.
That's a weird combination. Charleston White, Aiden Ross.
You know, but here's the deal. Charleston don't know nothing about streaming. And then he goes to Aiden's house. He sees this big old box. He said, I see this big old box with these lights in it. And he said, that's a PC. He said, well, tell me about that. He want to know about what the streaming is. He's all about his money. He wants to figure out if he could do this shit to help make some money. But we'll let this go a little more.
A degree of respect, but this is content at the end of the day, and we all can't act like Charleston White does his own trolling as well. And Charleston White is a professional troller, so if you give it, you got to be good at taking it. Pause. But there's obvious tension here, and things went incredibly downhill after this point.
No, I'm saying like, yeah. So how you know they got reward for snitching? Because I work with the police. Literally. Why you be snitching? Why y'all just mind your business? Like you the first black person I ever seen like broke the black nigga code. You must ain't had no grandmama. No, I got a grandma still to this day. Your grandmama tell on the police. She'll call the police somebody do something wrong.
Yeah, that nigga's grandmother like 50 something years old.
You lying to me? No Jesus. Do she believe in Jesus? Call her. Yes. Call your grandmother. She'll tell. No, she wouldn't. All Jesus believing people go tell. Can you call my granny? You know my granny.
Watch this. This is funny. I remember this.
She's a nice lady. Don't call her onion head though. What you laughing at? I won't. I'm dead ass.
Now, this is a pivotal point in the interaction because you have Charleston White who actively tells on rappers, will actively tell people to snitch, and you have this young black male that comes in talking about King Von, even after understanding that King Von is a recognized serial killer playing the part of a gangster for Adin Ross's online community.
This is my granny. There's not no fake caller. Grandmother, people can hear you. Don't say nothing crazy. Look, can you hear me? So, Granny, so you in the house, you see somebody pregnant to your neighbor's house. Is you gonna say something? Or you gonna mind your business?
Grandmother, what are you talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
Why would he think otherwise? Like what?
Why you looking like that?
See, he's looking like that because that is the look of someone who just discovered a fool. You got found out.
Right.
And you're a sucker.
Homie, they put a black woman, a grandmother. They want the world and the culture to believe that our grandmothers uphold this bullshit.
For the life of me,
Exactly.
you unpack why so many suburban black males try to act
Nigga,
like
ain't nobody grandmother gonna tell you they ain't calling the police, nigga. Unless she was a drug dealer or something. You got one of them type grandmothers. You got a regular grandmother, she calling the police, nigga.
God-fearing grandma, unless she was like a drug addict herself, like you said.
Even a drug addict, let her get cleaned up. She'll call the police on you too.
Quick, yeah. So let's ride to this one with Charleston breaks down a little bit more.
you got to get called out for it.
When that nigga do that to this grandmama, homie, he play a King Von song. That
this was
shit all
crazy.
kind of gay movements and dancing.
Copyright. All right.
Yep, you can't play that.
So he puts on the King Von song. All right. Irrespective of what he says about the victims.
He's doing all that stupid shit.
He
These young
slaps
niggas
off
different a little bit.
Charleston White's hat in a
These
show
niggas
of utmost disrespect.
These young niggas be
As he
slow a
continues
little
to
bit.
dance and parade around.
Look at this.
Now that he has noticed the sheer intensity upon
Oh my God.
face
son.
as he's looking at the youth.
These young niggas different, man.
Look at. I ain't gonna hold you. You just look at the content and service value and just think of them as entertainers. This is actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah,
shit.
this
Like,
is
you know,
hilarious.
what is the mindset that goes behind all this, the characteristics or the plays? You can see Adin is looking at Charleston right now thinking, God damn, I'm making at least $50,000 off of this stream right now.
Charleston break it down. I was gonna go to that stream.
It
just
was
way
never
too
no
long.
break on the gayism. It was 24/7. It was like playing against a basketball team. The whole 4 quarters. They do this the whole game. You think they ain't gonna call no turnovers?
Did your companion have any weird
Yo,
vibes?
Charleston White is a legend, yo.
Crazy.
He's a legend. Bro.
Like, what the hell are you doing here?
Crazy, crazy, man.
In the midst of all this, if you go with this, you gay. It was no girls, homie, amongst all this money. And everybody got on brand new tennis shoes, jewelry, necklaces. Why you got this on and ain't no bitches around? So
Facts.
when that white boy,
Straight facts. Like,
XPQ, whatever his motherfucking name is, when he stood up and said, I kissed this person, I kissed that person, I kissed this person, I got up from the goddamn table and said, man, I'm not having no parts of this. He said, that's not gay. Adin said, well, hey, me and you kiss Q. He said, so they don't make us gay. We're two friends. By the time I'm cold to the pool, they already drunk and gone. They still ain't got no girls.
So in this video here, Prime and Charleston White actually get into a fight, and it was started over Adin Ross questioning Charles White as to why he sent an eggplant picture to one of his oppositions. Funny. Prime came in and began to question him on it.
This man is asking me a question.
I was questioning, yes.
This man is just asking me a straight up question.
Yes.
This come jump in. This come jump in. This nigga come jump in and go to talking on my about I'm gay. What you talking about my for? What you talking about my for? You gay, nigga. You sent me your
So what Prime is trying to do is he's saying all this stuff about we being gay, we being gay. We being gay. He sent his man Kiwi. I sent that in a disrespectful manner. Well, he should have now picture. No, I did not dangle.
It's absolutely crazy to me that you're questioning Charleston White on.
They said I said a picture jerk. No, I didn't. I dangled it.
That nigga crazy.
Oh shit! I gotta try this. Hold on. Let's see what part of this argument.
Bandman Kiwi.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Look at Aiden getting out of the way. Oh.
Then I'm gonna what you gonna do, big man? And I'm gonna spray it too. Keep talking. I'm gonna spray it like you gonna do something.
I want you guys to think about how many times things happen like this, but they're not so publicly displayed or live streamed or have someone on the inside of it, even if it's for a short amount of time, then come out later and begin to talk about it. Usually we see things like this from like Hollywood kids where they come out years later after drug-induced binge after drug-induced binge, speaking about what happened to them earlier in their lives. With Aiden Ross and his security team called the cops and ended up getting Charleston White kicked out of the hotel room.
And then all of a sudden, who is it? Metro.
You got kicked out the hotel?
Immediately escorted out. So they was gonna escort me out the front door. I didn't want to disturb the white people that was there, homie. Them people didn't come to vacate, to be alarmed by so many police officers escorting a nigga like me out the door. Let them take me out the back door on the side. Shout out to the Las Vegas Police Department for doing that. They gave me that courtesy.
And y'all already know he's going on rants all over the internet for people that have done much less. And now Charleston is threatening to sue Aiden Ross. Here's a clip of Aiden Ross reacting to Charleston White talking about this.
I went and looked up the most recent lawsuit. Somebody won almost $2 million for the police being called on them in a hotel where they was already staying and being made to leave for trespassing, exactly like they done me.
You wonder?
I've already spoke to an attorney that's ready to take the case.
All right, I'm on.
So, here, hold on. I want to see how he reacts.
Connected to something, homie.
Okay.
With not being notified if this is what I wanted to do, because I'm thinking I'm coming for a streaming deal. Only to have the police called on me. When he's upstairs threatening me, and I'm downstairs playing a cat.
You had a full knife and said you were gonna my sister. I guarantee. No. Matter of fact, please, yo, bro. Please. I'm going to countersue you for literally leaking my number. You're gonna get countersued for leaking my number and threatening to my sister with a knife and a taser.
What? You can't be doing they call it doxing, right? Putting nobody's address or their phone number on the internet.
Yeah,
do that shit.
I'm gonna his sister. Sure.
So my final thoughts regarding all of this, I thought one of the most impactful things that Charleston White said is that I'm not down here for your money. I'm down here to learn the game.
Give me the game. Give me this shit you get in. Give me the game, because a people will perish from a lack of knowledge. I come for the knowledge. I'm looking at this motherfucking big ass box with nothing but lights in it, and it's looking like something from heaven. I'm saying, hey, man, what's that?
This nigga is country. He sound like he in the
stream,
60s, man.
I'm having
this
you.
Nigga ain't 46. Ain't no way.
Oh.
No way. He talk like somebody's granddad.
What else I'm gonna need? You're gonna need a server too, huh?
Which is a profound lesson and reminder within itself. It sort of reminds me of that question: would you take $100,000 to be able to have lunch with an Elon Musk? Because the money can only get you but so far in certain situations if you don't invest it correctly. But that conversation can change a mindset. It can motivate you. It can get you to think about something a bit differently to exponentially increase your value on the market and far surpassing that $100,000 that you could have received. It's also important to know throughout this entire video the way that Prime conducted himself, clearly trying to purport this tough gangster image that even his grandma called him out for. And it's very indicative of the lost Black male syndrome, where they acquiesce to this image of being a gangster for some type of clout tickets. And
I don't even see how old this mug is.
This one's even more serious because it's leveraging that and appropriating that image for an audience men that have a feminized mind.
I think that's it anyway. What you said?
Yeah, I don't see his age. I heard somewhere that he was like 46 or some shit like that.
Let me look Google this nigga. Ain't no way this nigga 46.
I don't think he's 50 yet.
Huh?
I definitely don't think he's 50 yet.
I think he gotta be 50.
He said that nigga about 100. He at least but he might be
like that nigga sound like
52.
somebody's granddaddy. Yeah, I knew he was in his 50s. Yeah.
He was born in 70. He was born in 70, yeah.
And that even sound like a young nigga to me. He talked like his granddaddy raised him because he talked like an old man.
He definitely does.
He talk everything about him sound like an old man.
Oh, yo, I messed up. I wanted to see this video. It's this dude, one of the dudes we used to follow. Where is it? Oh man, I don't want this to play. Sorry. There it is. I got to get it and pause it. I wanted to see. It's a review of the Trump mugshot by Farad. Russ know Farad, huh?
Yeah, Farad. He an idiot.
I don't know who Farad is.
Well, hopefully I can get it to load up. Let me put it on just in case.
I don't know why they so fascinated with this mugshot. Like, who cares?
Well, it was an unnecessary mugshot. Mugshots are designed by law enforcement so the police can pursue you. It's not like ain't nobody gonna know who Trump is. It was completely
everybody know who Trump is.
But this is Benny Johnson. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to do it. You see I'm typing and this motherfucker not doing that.
You forgot the A.
Yeah, my shit is. She's a little sluggish. So it's F-A-D, right? F-R-O-A-D. Is that right? Yeah, my shit's
The Hood reacting to Donald Trump's mugshot. Check this.
Okay, I don't see Farad on this hoe. It wasn't short and it just didn't load for me. Once I clicked on it, it didn't load.
You gotta go to a channel.
Ah, shit. Actually, I'm following that nigga too. Did I spell it right, Russ? It's just.
Let me see. F-A-R-D. I mean F-A-R-O-D.
A-R-O-D. It's the same dude I sent you that was talking about that booty meat and the doo-doo lipstick, shiny doo-doo lipstick. This boy is a trip.
They might have took it down. They might have canned them. The one thing with YouTube, they be showing favoritism. Like, it'll be one video up, people reacting to it, you react to it, you get flagged. That's just how it is. Like,
see,
you could have just went through his page and go to his shorts.
That's true, because it can't be that old.
Yeah, it can't. It got to be recently. Like,
they just dropped that mugshot just dropped. Yeah, you see how slow my shit moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is weird. Here we got Trump becomes 2024. That's an older one.
Yeah, he might have took it down.
I think so.
Yeah, they might have got him. I'm telling you, they be cannon. Like certain people. That's why I was watching Willie D earlier. You know, Willie D from the Ghetto Boys. He got a YouTube channel. And he said on his channel, he does like, he'll bring up a topic and just talk about it real quick. He said the reason why he don't show videos is because sometimes it'd be like other people would talk about something and show the video, they won't get flags. But as soon as he do it, he get flags. He said he just don't do it.
I could understand because it's not even worth it. Like, especially with them demonetizing. One cat was like, when they demonetized Fresh and Fit, it was like, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, man. With the way they was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To me, they ain't had no ground to stand on to be crying for it. Because they was wilding. First of all, at the time when Myron pulled the blicky out on the dude, they busted in his apartment, they could have got shut down for that. Like, Then another time, a girl pulled a pistol out on academics. Like,
oh wow,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's all kind of wild shit going on up there. Like, yeah, like you talking to women crazy and all this crazy shit, calling even when you went at Abba calling him a monkey and all this crazy shit. Preach,
that's what this dude mentioned too, is this dude that he keeps his face covered, and he was talking about, like, I'm surprised they ain't hit them dudes up sooner. He said you lose your leverage to talk about shit if you're calling people monkeys and acting all wild and trying to
You ain't see that video that they took from Rumble and put on YouTube with him and when Sneeko had a live on Rumble and Myron was sitting next to him with a Klan mask on?
No.
Well, I swear to God. That's why all this crying shit. That's why I ain't get it. Like, nigga, all this crying shit.
Okay,
a lot of them niggas be having African parents, though. They think they separate themselves from American blacks too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, you know what I'm saying? So he might look at it a little different. That's how he could say shit like, "Oh, I don't mess with them boom shikas and them quishas and nigga what?" Like,
yeah, he ripped that shit down. They didn't even on his Insta.
Who?
That Trump mugshot review.
Oh yeah. They probably got him on Instagram too.
Yeah, that shit.
Instagram will get you first. You know, it's tied to Facebook. You know, they'll get you first type shit with that shit.
We lost Russ.
Yeah, he probably pop back up.
Yeah. All right, hold up. Let me close this hole out. Yeah, I was trying to look for that. See, one more gander. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, I'm gonna start having to do that shit where I get the videos and actually record them. Oh yeah, he has there's some errors with the site because it gave up some weird shit. He gave me a weird error.
What, up here?
Yeah, no, when I was bringing Russ back in, it gave me some weird site error.
That's what just happened to me.
I wonder why they doing that weird shit. They get their system better. Like,
okay, that dude I was talking about, if this shit stops dragging, I just recently watched his video of him discussing the it's not to beat a dead horse, but his take on that Fresh and Fit shit was the same as yours, but he actually broke it down. That was crazy because we just the week before had the same conversation. I think his short, I don't know how long ago his short was released. I'm pulling it up now. If my computer stops being up.
That's my only shit. I'm like, you can't talk this man shit then start crying because they took your channel from you. Y'all still posting and shit. Y'all still got motion. Y'all got a big fan base. Like, you ain't got nothing to cry about, nigga. You can still make money.
No, but when you that's different because they lost their main bread.
Yeah, but you can't talk that tough shit and then cry.
Facts,
you know
facts.
what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Or at least cry on TV. Go in the bathroom and cry, nigga.
Yeah, see how it's showing the review and it's not there when I click on it?
Yeah.
Trying to look.
I'm telling you, they probably clipping people's shit. I'm telling you. They want you to go see it on CNN. Like,
I ain't watched none of these shorts. Why is they showing up on my? Oh, these are my history right here. Where's this dude? Well, I might have. It should still show up if it's on the phone.
If they took it down, they might have clapped that shit. I'm telling you, certain people shit be getting clapped, man.
Yes, sir. That's what it's looking like.
I'm telling you.
He's not here.
And you go look at your shit. What is it? Yellow. The ones that ain't monetized instead of green, motherfucker, take that shit right down. Like even the last stream we did, it ain't get a strike, but it got a claim though.
Oh yeah, because we used that
the Fresh and Fit shit. No,
nope. Really?
Yeah, it got a claim. It didn't get a strike. It got a claim though.
So Fresh and Fit hit us with a claim.
Yeah, because these people. What happens is, it's other companies that these people sign to that do that. Like they got other companies that do that. Like certain people shit, you can't even fuck with this shit because you automatically gonna get a claim or a strike. Joe Button is like that too, I think.
He'll hit you up hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
like
it is what it is, man. People gotta protect their content. I ain't mad at it. Like, you know,
I know Mediocre. I don't think he's pressed like that. That's one of the reasons I kept kind of pausing and moving through his shit, so we didn't have to hear his whole game, because he worked hard to build his craft and actually have a valid, articulate opinion on it. So I didn't want to completely like just sit there and listen to this whole shit without just.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. When people do that to your content for real, it makes you bigger.
True.
That's how Kevin Samuels blew up, from people stealing this shit. For real, that's how he blew up. From people sharing this shit, that's how he blew up.
And they're still, that man been dead how long? They're still sharing this shit.
But you know who was sharing this stuff though? It was women.
Yeah, it was women.
It was pissed off women. They were like, "You see what he said?" But the crazy thing about it, he said one thing here, and every interview after that, he was talking about either positivity or he was uplifting women. And it just so happened during the interview, he uplifted women. One woman tried to cause a rift in the current, and all of a sudden, he fly off on a tangent, and it's his platform. You ain't gonna stop him from talking his shit on his own
say
shit.
Whatever you want to say, right?
And now it's a problem. So.
And if you sit and watch Kevin Samuels, he was always respectful until them bitches get out of pocket. They either start lying, like, or bullshitting them around, like trying to run his show, telling them it be shit like that just irk him. Like, first of all, this nigga was an older man, so you know how older niggas don't really be tolerating that mouth.
Not at all.
Like, you found all that mouthy shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Especially you on his platform as a guest, so you gotta at least have some.
Like, that's like coming in a nigga house disrespecting for it.
Hold up. I thought I found it, but I didn't find that mud. Dallas resident decides to empty a clip. So this was crazy, right? This video right here. I'm gonna play this shit for y'all real quick. Let me know what you think. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up because it's probably on.
If it's shooting, don't pull it up.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, pull that shit up, man.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It gets you can, nigga. You
Yeah,
gotta go read. Go read the what's the name? It'll tell you violence. But this the crazy part though. Some people could get away with it, like.
Yeah, that's true.
But it'll be us to get the strike. That'll get you a strike though.
Yeah.
That'll get you a strike. Violence, anything inciting violence. It's supposed to be for educational use, but you can say it's for educational use, and they'll still get you. They'll still get you there.
So I'll just, in a nutshell, I'll tell you what happened in the video. It was a dude sitting at the door, people knocking on his door, telling him to open the door, and they're there to fix something. And the dude says, "Well, I don't have any appointments. You can go away." And he looks through his Ring bell, records both these dudes was masked up, and you could see their guns. So he ain't opened the door. So these fools, after they couldn't get him open the door, they start kicking the door.
You already know he was strapped. This is Texas, you said?
I think so. I'm not sure.
You talking about the maintenance men who tried to kick in the apartment door?
Well, the alleged maintenance men, them dudes had straps. They
no, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. The dude at first, like they walked up like they had orange shirts, they had the vest on, so it looked like maintenance men.
That's a different thing. They ain't even tried to go that far. They had regular clothes.
Oh, no. We must be talking about two different incidents because I remember the dude after they tried to kick the door down, dude inside, he unloaded the blicky. Like
that's what this dude, he emptied a whole magazine,
the whole clip.
Yeah, Texas, he getting away with that all day long. You know, and he got it on camera. He getting away with that shit all day long.
And then like I was telling a friend of mine, I was like, listen, home invasions, they've been increasingly more common. And then they were under the impression that, well, why would someone invade the home unless you got something they want? I said, just because you got nice things doesn't justify people breaking into your home.
Coming in your house, like what?
I did agree with them. They did say that those dudes, knowing that man was there and trying to kick that door down, they might have been trying to end him at one point.
Yeah.
And I said, that's true.
Was he black?
White boy.
Oh yeah.
And it seemed like the intruders were like Latino.
Yeah, but they say in the South there's a lot of that home invasion, and on the West Coast too, like crazy. Like them LA niggas, we stay breaking in people's houses.
And the words of Boosie, as the economy gets worse.
Yeah, economy.
Our own economy.
The messed up thing in the hood, right, is that the people who work 9 to 5s, either they at home in the morning from 9 to 5, or they're in the house at 9 to 5. So most of the break-ins happen in broad day.
Yeah.
In my hood, I'll just give you an example. Like in most of the hoods I grew up in, the only people who was home was the grandparents or the people who ran group homes.
Yeah.
Because the kids was never there. Outside that, everything else was fair game.
Yeah. But people ain't really doing home invasions. Like a home invasion is a little different than that burglary. Like that burglary, you wait for a motherfucker to leave, breaking in.
And you go in.
That home invasion, you might as well safe to say you probably hustling if they run in your house.
Yeah, that's what
they know something in there, and they know you in there too. They know you in there like most of the time.
And that's what my friend was saying. They were saying it had to be something that seemed targeted and all this other stuff. I said, but not. I said, even if you got something, let's say you got somebody just came to your house and saw some nice shit and went and told some cats and they try to rob you. It doesn't always equal, but the cops were involved and they didn't see nothing else. This dude literally shot.
Because he probably got everything out of his house. Yeah. You gotta think, like, first of all, if I see some nice shit in your house, if I'm a burglar, right, I'm gonna wait till you leave to go in there.
To go get that shit.
The home invasion part is the part because the reason why they want
in there.
Yeah, the reason why they want you there is so you can tell them. You can tell them about that shit you got on the wall, not the shit you got that's right there to save the other shit. Like that's why they want you to be there. Home invasion a little different. Like,
and I said either one or two things. These dudes were ridiculously stupid because they could have waited till he was leaving and roll up on his face with a gun in his face and search him instead of trying to kick the door down after they already talked to him. I said they must have thought he didn't have a blicky, that or they were idiots, which
that's
both
Texas.
could be true.
If you anywhere in the South, if you think a motherfucker ain't got no strap in their house, you is out your goddamn mind.
They trying.
Everybody got guns in their house down south.
They trying to take the straps from us though, dog. They trying to take.
That's not gonna happen. That's like one of the oldest motherfucking because you do know why the whole reasoning for bearing arms was to really defend yourself from the government.
Yes.
It was the government running the niggas' houses, taking shit from them and that's what it's for. Like the guns was really the right to bear arms was for you to defend yourself against the government for real. Like, even though it sounds crazy, but that's what it was. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's one of the things I feel I was talking with Pops about too. I said, well, the crazy thing about it is they're bolstering the numbers to justify taking the guns from legal people by using hood numbers. The bulk of the numbers they got is drive-by shootings, fucking gang violence.
And that's not going to stop if you take all the legal guns. It's still going to be the same amount of shooting.
And they're counting they're counting 18 and 19-year-olds who are dying from gang violence in with children.
You know what I be thinking a lot of that gun control shit is? I think it's the same like the drugs sometimes. I think it's they put all these laws on certain guns so they can put them in the street for more money.
That's a diabolical move.
That's what I think.
Because
these guns are still in the streets.
Yeah.
These same guns, the Glock with the switch and all that, that's not legal. All these guns is in the streets. So where's they getting these guns from?
And you know, and a lot of guns are moving on the black market too. So the cartels are moving them.
So who controls all of it? Man, come on. You niggas got satellites to read niggas' faces, nigga. you niggas sent 5 niggas to go get Bin Laden. It wasn't no 30, 40, 100 niggas. It was 5 people that went and got Bin Laden.
And
so I don't want to hear that shit. Like they can't stop people from getting and doing this. It's them doing it. I swear. That's my theory. I got a theory.
Look, I got a theory too.
Mm-hmm.
And my theory is in the 80s, they banned crack. And motherfuckers still got their hands on it. So you ain't gonna stop a motherfucker from getting what they want.
I had a teacher that told me this, and he was saying that, you know how everyone knows crack is bad. It's horrible for you. That you know, it's something, and we still keep getting new crackheads. He said that shit gotta be delicious.
But there is no the crackheads almost out of there now though. Now everybody doing like opioids.
Opioids or meth. Meth seems to be a good one too.
That seems to be the good one.
That'll keep you up doing a double.
I ain't going front. Crack was probably more healthy than all this new shit.
You never seen a crackhead.
That meth be deteriorating these people in a matter of months.
Yo, I think you mentioned this before. In our neighborhood back in the day, how many dead crackheads? Crackheads seem to live forever.
Crackheads don't die. I don't know nobody that died off smoking crack. You know how crackheads die from like some other kind of tragedy.
Yeah,
it was outside, might have got stabbed up, hit by a car, shit like that. But crackheads be immortal for real.
Yeah,
they don't be dying.
Right.
Dead ass. Crackheads do not. Crackheads, dope heads, coke. I seen dope head, coke fiend. All of them die and shit like that. Crackheads be living forever though. Niggas I know that smoking crack, them niggas still alive smoking.
That's what someone said. The next time someone tries to make an excuse not to achieve their goals, think about a crackhead. You ain't never heard a crackhead make an excuse about how they can't get no crack. They figure out how to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'll never make an excuse up as to why they can't get no crack.
Them niggas stealing out their mama purse and all that type of shit.
Making it happen.
By any means for the crack.
Yeah.
But where we at? We hit over the 2 hour mark, so at least this time we weren't visited by drunk Julian. So
oh man. I watched that short about 100 times myself. I watched that shit about 100 times my goddamn self, nigga. That shit is hilarious.
Crazy.
Yeah, that shit is funny.
That's what I told some people. Man, reputation. I said, what was I drunk? He was like, yeah, you got to talk to that nigga when he come back around because I don't remember none of this. Yeah, we got to rehab this conversation.
Right. That shit is hilarious.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for coming. Whichever persuasion you identify with, please feel free to smash that subscribe button on these individuals. We got my boy Russ, my brother Quarter Water TV. We'll see you next Sunday. Stay blessed, stay positive, and stay safe.
Peace.
It's 3 a.m. answer your phone.